Ooh. Insidious Out of the Further comes in at 58% on the tomato meter, 70 by the audience. This is the, sixth movie in this franchise, and my initial impression of it is that it's not terrible. Which is a good thing, because some installments in this franchise have been terrible. I'm kind of happy to say that this one, it is not. The movie comes in at an hour and 46 minutes, and it tells the tale of Gemma, a young mother raising her daughter in the house she grew up in. She discovers she can travel into the further, where she possesses an ability to bring what lives there back into the real world. Starring Lin Shaye, Island Austin, Sam Spurrell, and Amelia Eve. Now, if you don't know who Amelia Eve is, well, she plays the mother that we saw there in the trailer, that's got the daughter, right? That some bad things are happening in her house. And you may recognize her from projects like Bly Manor, which we did full reactions for here on the channel. And it wasn't until the credits were rolling, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, she was in Bly Manor. She was really good in that. But you got to think about like the horror aspects of this. And when I do, it's not that scary. And it is a bit of a slow burn, because it does take a while for things to get established. They take their time telling you who these characters are. There's flashbacks to when she was younger, so there's an echo of what happened between her mother and now her daughter. So there's a generational thing going on in there, and it's good that the kid actors seem to know what they're doing in this, because that could make or break something like this. But it relies on the scares of, oh no, there's something underneath the bed, so when I stand up, you're going to see something. Those kind of jump scares. If you are new to this type of horror, then this will work for you. But if you are a horror aficionado, there's going to be a lot of stuff in here that'll be like, oh, yeah, it's run-of-the-mill. It is run-of-the-mill, but it's not terrible. It's not offending me, right? And that's what I think Insidious Out of the Further has. It's a well-established horror franchise that's got some familiar things in there that we should be expecting. And the demons in there, we do see them, right? You see them in the trailer and stuff. And the old people are creepy in this, right? And it's kind of cool. It's got some Easter egg nods in there. But yeah, the old people that you see in this movie, and conceptually as to what they are, they're like acolytes to this new demon that's in this installment. And it does establish that this is a different story in that universe that's away from that original family, right? The Patrick Wilson storyline kind of thing. And yeah, that's the way it should go, right? Because I mean, the further is an interesting concept, and there's definitely more than one demon down there, and Lin Shaye is kind of like holding that together right now, and it was kind of a cool thing to see some of the nods to some of the older demons in there. But as I said, if you've seen some of these demons before, they've kind of lost their weight a little bit. As a Insidious fan, like they're not as creepy as they used to be, but it's kind of like cool that you're trying to show nods to them as kind of like fan service. Now, that being said, let's go back to the tomato meter and see what people are saying, because 58% is a little bit low for the critics. 70 for the audience is about what I would say, I think, when I come in here. But the Travers take 55 out of 100, except for the old people with rotting teeth and the ever-sensational Lin Shaye. The sixth entry in the horror franchise is running on fumes, and our good memories of what came before. I need more. Will we all do? Really? I thought this was an interesting take. I thought it was. LA Times. Insidious once seemed energized by its exploration of a land inhabited by luckless dead. Now the franchise is a little more than a stiff itself. No, I don't think so. And I think the fans are a little bit more forgiving of that. except for Alexis here that says nothing was scary at all. Don't recommend, waste of money. So again, as I said, that just goes to echo what I was saying about if you are a horror fan, if you are a horror aficionado like myself, then there's going to be things in here that you've seen 1,000 times before, but it's done in a way that, as I said, it doesn't take away from me enjoying it and saying, well, yeah, I've seen that before, but I'm also intrigued by this premise with the acolytes that are using this weird kind of gas to get themselves into the further, and just what the heck? And as I said, the old people are the acolytes, and they do a good job of being creepy in this. They do. Uh, so I'm a little bit more forgiving in that way. Jorge says, I actually like this movie, kept me entertained, definitely better than the previous Insidious movies. And I like the Red Door. I'm one of the few out there that I like the Red Door. But going over to some notable critics, Jeremy Johns says Insidious has committed, it owns, and leans into what it is. So it's kind of like he's telling you that it knows what it is. It's not reaching too far out of its wheelhouse. I trust Jeremy Johns, right? Like some critics they just don't put any passion into their reviews. Spooky Astronauts, 5 out of 10. Did not enjoy it as much. Well, thank you, Emma. That's not very insightful. And see, that's why you guys come to me, right? I'm going to give you more to chew on than just that. I'm trying to tell you that there's some values in here, what you're going to get out of it and what you're not. And I'd like to think that I'm fair in that aspect, but you can never tell until we pull up the score sheet here. So let's look at the score sheet for Insidious out of the further. Acting, directing, and story out of a possible 2 points. Cinematography and score out of 1. Watchability is out of 2. Acting, Lin Shaye is always good. She's always good. And then the lead girl there, and actually the young cast pulled it up to 1.5. Directing, mostly serviceable. The technical aspects of this, it was well shot. Like the cinematography is great. That scene of them going under the fort by the couch there, that stuff really works, right? It's got the score is serviceable, and then the watchability factor. If you want to see what they do with this franchise, where they're trying to take it, what kind of direction and feel. If you're a horror fan, then you want to check it out, and I would watch it again if it was on the streaming services. It'd be something that I'd just like to put on the background and go, Insidious, out of the further, not that bad. 7 out of 10. So I think I fall in line with pretty much what the audience score was there for Insidious. And yeah, let me know what you thought about it. 70% by the fans there. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and we will talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains.